Hello everyone, Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Pot Trading Partners along with Bob Iacchino. First off, I'd like to thank all our subscribers, closing in on 2,000, and we had over 100,000 views of our videos so far. Thank you so much. Please look for the additional videos in the description, some more technical analysis videos and some other crypto videos we've done, just to make sure you've seen everything that might pertain to you and what you're learning on this channel. And again, thanks to everyone. So, start off with Bitcoin. The original Bitcoin ran up 11,674, hit that level a couple times, stalled out there, and then proceeded to sell off. Could not get to the 25% projection. This again is a sloppy head and shoulders pattern we've talked about in the last couple days in some different videos. This is another sloppy one, but we can watch for them to help us look for key levels to possibly buy. Also, major series of divergences on the 4-hour chart, kept making higher prices, lower RSI, 5-period RSI, if you want to know, by the way, that's the one we used out. Sometimes we drop down to a 3 for certain volatility instruments, but 5 is generally a really nice go-to. I know a lot of people focus on the longer term ones. We found a lot of the shorter term ones test out better. So first cross rotation zone now on the 4-hour also. So what are we watching for? It closed below the neckline and closing in on the first target, 10,153. Just traded, what was the low here? 10,200, so fairly close already. Resistance lines now, prior support now is going to become resistance. Also dip below the 50, so on a rally back up, watch for very key resistance coming in about 10,743 to 10,828 area. If we break through this 10,160 area, then we have a cluster area of right around 9870 and 9900, 9870 and 9900. We have the flat 200, and then we have this cluster with a minor target for head and shoulders. And the full major target is down, giving us about 9566 to 9617. This is still within the rotation zone on the daily chart, which we'll look at in a second. So it's slightly lower probability that it'll reach the full target. Why don't we just look at the daily chart now? Daily chart, let me zoom in for everybody. So got above, we got this one, we did get the first cross rotation zone. We even got above the 50, and then it just proceeded to peter out. So key support now on the daily, 99.90, let's just call it 10,000, and that's that nice round number. Also over here, people kept very psychologically that 10,000 number, so we'll see if that holds up again. And that's the bottom of the rotation zone, just coincidence enough. And then that cluster is that 37.5% retracement from this whole up move. And you also see on the daily where we had lower RSI, higher prices, so another divergence. When we see divergences, that means it's either going to pause and consolidate, or we're going to get the sell-off. Right now, we're in a minor sell-off, possibly looking for the bigger sell-off, but this is just back into congestion, and we'll get a little more concerned to watch for the bigger pullbacks if it does break below the 21 and hits the full target. So slightly cautious mode in Bitcoin. Switching over to Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash, very sloppy horizontal channel, breaking to the downside. Full target of that was 1322, which was hit with this low, spiking back up, letting 8 come down, push the price. Then we could do a GAM projection from the highs back on the 19th to the lows on the 20th. This little spike low gives us the full projection in a really nice cluster at this 1265. I know this is already passed, but just teaching you how we're doing it means you can reproduce it on your charts. Again, we can only get out videos as fast as we can because we're also doing other analysis on the stocks, the futures, foreign exchange, and trading. So that's what we're doing. Right now, holding there. If we want to bring this down, just see if we're getting this pause where the next level would be. We'll be watching for 1225, and then major cluster area 1188 to 1194. Rotation zone now against us, and 3 moving averages converging around this 1412 level. So that is going to be very key on a rally. Minor resistance coming in about 1351. Let's check in on the daily chart. Daily chart, let me expand it. Here we go. So pulling back, we did get the first cross for a couple days, didn't hold, closed back below it yesterday, then proceeded to sell off today. This level I mentioned before, this 1188 to 1194, is going to be very key. It's also this prior support from this horizontal channel over here, which was back at more to the beginning of February. So watch for that as key support. If that does break, we'll be watching for the major area about 1100. Finally, over at Bitcoin Gold, this did eke out a horribly sloppy double top. Not one we would have ever traded to the short side, but I have it on here to project levels down because we can look for clusters, because even the sloppy ones can provide pretty decent levels. So first area was just hit, which was this 113.04. If we do rally back up, watch for key resistance about 122.50 to 123, and then major resistance coming in at 128, prior support level, now resistance level, and a declining rotation zone. Rotation zone now against us on the 4 hour. Next level, pretty key, is this 50% fib level from the run up, and we'll look at that on the daily chart again, 110, and then the next level down for the double tops, 107, and then below that 100 cluster to 101. So we could potentially return to that levels, not straight away. It'll probably take a series of waves. We might be getting a minor divergence if this level holds now, but it would need to rotate back up to give us a minor divergence, and that would not be a buying pattern at this point given the rotation zones against us, and we've only temporarily hit this minor cluster. Let's check in on the daily chart. We're being also very cautious because no first cross rotation zone popped up for a couple days, popped up again, wiped out in a single day, and then the big collapse down. A lot of weakness coming into Bitcoin Gold. That's why we're being very, very patient and sitting on our hands till we get some very strong, that's just a minor 4 hour potential divergence. We need more of a stronger bargaining pattern and more of a base before we're looking to do anything else in Bitcoin Gold. So what we have for you on the whole Bitcoin series for today. We will talk to everyone soon. Again, thanks for all our subscribers, all the comments, and all the likes, and we'll talk to you later. Bye for now.